in a soccer match. When the team is being beaten, normally the coach would look for the weaker point in his team. And he will substitute the weaker point with somebody who will give the team better energy. And normally they bring in somebody whom they believe this man is going to score. And you find that team that was being beaten, because they've substituted a certain player who was making the team lose, and put another one, the team might win, because the losing part have been replaced by somebody who can make the team win. So all of us after sin, we were losing against the devil. The devil was having an upper hand. And then a substitute came. And total replacement was done. Total replacement was done. Number 11, who was making the team lose, was totally removed from the game. He was no more seen in the field. And another one who could make the team win took his place. And the team began to win. So I want you to know that as men, when you fall from grace, you were losing. Things were coming against you that make you lose. You were losing in your business, losing in your body, losing in your job. You were in that point of weakness where any force that comes against you make you to lose. And God, looking at that, he said, we have to substitute you. We have to substitute your nature. This was the human nature that was losing. And God said, we have to substitute this human nature that is always weak and losing with the God nature. So Jesus came as God, and he put on flesh, and he began to win as a God man. He began to win as a God man. Everybody, he began to win as a God man. You were losing because you were entirely men. And God, seeing that you being entirely men, you will always lose against the devil. It's not enough for you to win in this world when you are wholly men. So he brought a God man. And a God man lived his life. He gave us an opportunity to watch him for 3 years and a half. And we saw how a God man wins. When storms rose against the God man, men in the boat would be afraid. Men in the boat would not have the ability to stop or to calm the storm. But the God man would just wake up from a sleep and say, peace be still. And there was a great calm. Hey. Napedza bas. As men, 100% men, when the storm comes, you die. But as a God man, when the storm comes, you have the power to calm the storm. So when men sinned against God, they were cut off from God. So the aspect of God was no longer with men. And because they are now 100% men and not God, when problems comes, they get into trouble. But when a God man came, even that which made men afraid and ran away, to say, this man has leprosy, you will not touch him. Because if you touch him, the leprosy will affect you. As a man, the leprosy would affect you. But as a God man, you can stretch your hand and touch a man that could not be touched by other men. And instead of leprosy affecting you, the leprosy will run away, disappear even from the man that is affected. Given, I know that you are hearing, you are going to be a very great pastor. So, the problem that man faced when Adam sinned is that God was no longer part of man. And that was not the original idea. The original idea was that this man that was created by God should become both God and man. Man in terms of him having flesh, but God in the spirit. So in the cool of the day, God would come and fellowship with Adam so that the God nature in Adam could be activated. And Adam had power over all things because of this God aspect that was part of his nature. But sin separated God from men. So men became wholly and fully head to toe men and no God. And that's where the problem started. So Jesus Christ came. He came from the realm of God, being God, and he put on flesh. So he became a God man. And as a God man, he was able to solve all the problems that came to men. Not 100% being men, but 100% men and 100% God. So the things that require men, he would offer that service. And the things that require God, Jesus would offer that service. And his plan was to replace men from being 100% men to become 100% men and 100% God.